Upbhoktas. I am Pushi Sharma, and today we have with us a very experienced legal and compliance professional, Krishan Kumar sir, who brings over 2 decades of expertise in corporate governance, compliance, legal structuring, data protection, and emerging technology law. Sir has worked extensively on building compliance frameworks, guiding organizations through complex regulatory environments like telecom, NBFCs, and evolving AI and data security landscapes. His work focuses on helping businesses reduce risks while staying aligned with strategic goals. Sir, it's truly a pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Pushti. Thank you for this nice and kind interview.
Sir, to begin with, before we dive straight into the questions and our specified topics, I would love for our audience to hear a little about your professional journey and what inspired you to work so deeply in compliance and governance.
So, my journey sits at the intersection of law and technology. As a legal tech professional, I have spent years managing compliances across various domains. I realized that data is not just a source, but it's a lifeline or lifeblood of a national connectivity. To deepen my expertise, I also did my formal certificate from Dhirubhai Ambani University on data privacy and AI. What all I can say, artificial intelligence is the engine and data is its fuel. If fuel is adulterated or contaminated, the engine crash, which can lead to massive legal and social implications. So working with a telco company for more than a decade, so I realized that data and every, country is aspiring to be digital economies and data is the fuel or what lifeline, whatever you call it. Hence, I thought that is an area where the future lies. Hence, I decided to further deep dive into this area. And just for
Right.
the information of you and the viewers, I'm co-authoring a book on AI for
Wow.
a layman because I believe technology should not be a black box. We generally listen that AI is a black box.
Right.
Be it a legal framework like Digital Personal Data Protection Act or a complex AI model, every citizen of India deserves to understand the tools that are shaping our daily lives.
Sir, like you just mentioned that you are co-authoring a book, when will we be able to read it?
So fully next by March and we would be able to do it. Because it's one of the very, it's running into around 400, 500 pages. So it's about, it has two parts basically. One is AI and law across various jurisdictions, how regulators are struggling and trying to keep pace with the, development happening in AI or emerging technology space. And the second part is focused on AI and IPR, intellectual property rights, copyright, and trademark, trade names, and patents. Uh, Further on UI, user interface, UX, how it has implication in this AI-driven world. That's all it contains. Part B, which is a little, special and technical type, but part one is purely from a ordinary person understanding perspective.
Okay. Sir, now diving into the topics. Sir, in today's time, कंज्यूमर डेटा प्रोटेक्शन के लिए सबसे बड़े वनरेबिलिटीज क्या हैं उनकी? लाइक क्या है ऐसा जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फेस कर रही है, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू योर एक्सपीरियंसेस what threats are the most concerning? Phishing attacks or insider threats or something else?
So Pushti, you have pointed out very relevant question here. So from a organization perspective, अगर मैं बात करूं तो देखो, see, all the organization, be it startup, small scale, medium scale, or large one, they wants to take advantage of the technology to stay ahead of the game because the market is very competitive. You face competition not from domestic player but from international players. Having said that, uh, and automation is one of the things which can help you to be more productive at lower cost. So everyone is trying to be digitized, but every coin has two sides. Uh, though we have advantage of being digitized automation, but at the same time it comes with certain costs. So that cost
Right.
is further, challenges created in terms of AI. So from my perspective, and generally if we see the reports published in various newspapers and here and there, phishing and ransomware are quite frequent and seems to be the biggest vulnerability. AI based deception, where it's very difficult to find whether the voice of this thing is fake or real. And in my experience, human element is the weakest link. In 2025, last year, we witnessed one of the deep fake phishing case where the attackers cloned a CEO voice to authorize urgent bank transaction. It's about no longer a grammar. It's about perfect AI generated fake reality. Nowadays, AI has become so intelligent that it's very difficult to identify whether it's fake or not. The other very important factors remains to be insider threat. Weak internal passwords, access control can result in leakage of data. We can put it like this, like lock is strong, but the person who holding the key is the real challenge and is compromised.
Right. So,
Sometimes,
so
what happens, a simple insider or a social engineering trick can open the door to the risk of cyber incident, cyber attack.
sir, so like coming on to from this topic, I would like to also ask about that everyone knows कि companies को business intelligence के लिए data collection बहुत जरूरी है, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ कंज्यूमर प्राइवेसी राइट्स भी उतने ही इम्पोर्टेंट है. सो हाउ विल यू हाउ कैन वी सी दिस बैलेंस, एंड क्या ये पॉसिबल है कि ये दोनों एक साथ इफेक्टिवली मैनेज किए जाएं, या फिर ये हमेशा एक ट्रेड ऑफ रहेगा?
So we need to understand that we live in India, which have its own challenge. Culturally, we are open society, altogether different from other nations like US and Europe. We don't think before sharing our details. For example, uh, free lounge access. We are ready to share our credit card bank details and for a discount coupon. But we need to remember the golden rule. If you are not paying for the product or service, then you are the product. Government initiative to bring law to protect digital personal data is a initiative in the right direction. The law, this law doesn't prohibit the use or sharing of data, but all it demands is transparency and accountability. With certain privacy enhanced technologies, company can get the insight without collecting unnecessary data. So all I can say, it's not a trade-off, it's about responsible usage. Like there are, if you do some grocery shopping from a retail outlet, they will track, they will make your card, they will track your expenses so that they can analyze your pattern and can offer you or customize products or services for you. So Digital Personal Data Protection Act enacted by the government of India is not per se stopping usage, but it all wants transparency in terms of what data you are collecting and for what purpose you are collecting, and use that data only for that purpose. So collection limitation and purpose limitation are the objectives of this new law, which we will soon see 15 months down the line implemented.
That gives a lot of clarity, sir. Moving on from this, so GDPR, CCPA, बहुत regulations हैं. But do you think that this current data protection regulations uh, can compete with the pace that AI has?
So GDPR, it came around 8 years back. Then we have this California privacy law. And now the government in November 2021 enacted Digital Personal Data Act, followed by rules under this act in November 25. Now this law will be implemented from May 27. The government is mindful about this, the culture in India that people are not so concerned about sharing data. Hence, they have given a time to everybody to get ready. Now, your question is that AI. AI is like an emerging technology. What AI is today was not yesterday. What will be tomorrow may not be today. So it's evolving at such a fast pace that regulations are not able to match pace. This is a hard fact. And enactment of law always follows the technology. This is another reality. Because one of the reason is we are not aware as on date. Even the pundits, so-called pundits or experts can't say how AI or any other emerging technology will shape in near future or in. So how, if something which I can't perceive, how one can make law on that? So that is the real challenge. And second, the since you are also a law student, you must appreciate that there is a process of enacting law. जितनी देर में हम लॉ बनाएंगे इतनी देर में तो एआई यहाँ से कहीं और पहुंच जाएगा और emerging technology. Hence the government, and that is the right approach also, law plus plus approach we call it, where there will be a law, there will be regulations, but at the same time there will be certain voluntary frameworks. So together law plus plus approach, legal tech approach can help in achieving, and consumer awareness will be critical and holding the key.
Right.
Like this
Thank you,
chat
sir.
GPT came before any AI law was there on data scraping. Clearview AI is another example, who used billions of social media photos for facial recognition before even court could decide whether it is legal or. The law is catching up, but consumer awareness can be the real-time defense. What I am sharing, with whom I am sharing, for why I am sharing, all these things, we need to be mindful.
Right. Thank you, sir. So the next thing that I would say I want to even personally ask, if there is an organization that wants to strengthen its data security, so what technologies or tools would you personally recommend? And are there any essential tools that every company should implement and every company should have, or are there any limitations?
So it all depends. I mean, the type of cyber security measures you want to put in place in an organization is based on the kind of data you are handling, the kind of business you are in. Like if I talk about banks, they handle highly sensitive data. If I talk about hospitals, they handle highly sensitive data. So it's very difficult to give any kind of security measures which can fit to everyone. So it depends case to case. First thing. The second thing, there are certain basic hygiene which everybody can follow, like masking of data, encryption, uh, or multi-factor authentication, role-based access. An employee should know only what is necessary for him to perform his jobs, and strong passwords, keep strong password, keep it changing regularly. Don't use passwords which can be easily predicted. So we need to have security first mindset. It's not about expensive software. It's about security first mindset. Awareness again
Right.
is critical.
Uh, Sir, along with this, nowadays there are a lot of companies that are using consumer data for AI training. एंड आपके हिसाब से कंपनीज को कंज्यूमर्स के साथ कितनी ट्रांसपेरेंसी रखनी चाहिए इस बारे में कि उनका डेटा कैसे यूज हो रहा है एंड there should be complete disclosure or there should be some limitations for it.
My data, my right. Digital Personal Data Protection Act is also very clear. There should be a notice before collection of data, and followed by a consent, and consent should be informed. It should not be like that terms and conditions or privacy they are in running into documents or referring some link. Or to put it simple, we can say just like on a biscuit packet, we have all the nutritional values. Same thing. It's all about transparency, because transparency will bring trust also. And as a consumer, I know my data is being collected, so and so data is being collected and is being used for that. So I have a right to decide whether it is to be done used for that or not. And once I consented, then I must know that it is used for that purpose. So transparency is there required.
Yes, sir. I completely agree with
And
it,
if
and
you
I'm
see
sure.
recently, LinkedIn faced this opposition and you can say backlash, because
Yes,
they all of a sudden changed their TN user policy and say that our AI will be trained by default, which should not be the case. So it creates trust deficiency. In fact, they should ask that we are doing this, and those who want to opt out or opt in option should be there. Zoom, one of the very big social media, this thing, uh, they updated their terms, and
sir.
after so much hue and cry, they finally say, okay, we'll give you opt out option.
Right. I completely agree with what you just said, sir. And with it, moving on to our last question, that is, what is that one thing about consumer data protection that you want more and more people to know? And what are those misconceptions that you want to clear for them? And is there any important aspect that people usually or often ignore?
Okay. So the biggest misconception I believe is that thinking privacy is for people with secrets. We need to change this mindset. Privacy is my fundamental right. We should not share our data for freebies. We have to be mindful while accepting to any terms and condition. Generally, while downloading any app, we are living in a interconnected world. Even if I delete something from my phone or my Gmail or from photos from Google Photos, digital footprints are difficult to remove from internet. So hence, for to be safe while being online, we need to clear with whom we want to share our details. We need to manage our social media privacy settings. We should not share our sensitive informations over internet. So AI is going to change our world, but don't let it to take your identity. Data is the digital wealth. Protect it. And my concluding remarks. In India, we often trade our privacy for a free coupon, as I told Lonjex, but we must remember that if something is free, we are the product. I keep on saying this whenever I go to the opportunity. The law gives us power to demand transparency, and it's time to we start to exercise our rights and power. We need to treat our पर्सनल डेटा एज अवर बैंक बैलेंस. जैसे मैं अपना किसी को बैंक बैलेंस नहीं बताऊंगा, या मैं आई मीन अपना बैंक बैलेंस किसी को के लिए recklessly I won't spend. Same should go with my personal data. And awareness, user awareness is the strongest firewall. We need to be we need to be smart consumer, value our digital identity, and ensure that technology serves us, not other way around. Be a data principal in true sense. Ask clarificatory questions, read terms and conditions, value your digital self. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a very insightful and informative session for me as well as for all our viewers. And thank you so much for taking out time.
So just one more thing, when I was coming from this thing, from office to my home, there's one of very famous radio jockey, Ginny. I was listening to FM, and she had a quick chat with one of the Delhi police official, and so the conversation was about 700 women went missing in from Delhi, January 2026. Very relevant to this topic. That's why I'm sharing. So I'm not verified. I'm telling what I listened to on FM. And the police personnel, what he said, that आप घर के लोगों पे विश्वास नहीं करते हो. मैं आपको बिल्कुल हिंदी में बताता हूँ. इट वाज वेरी टू द पॉइंट. आप बाहर वाले पे विश्वास करते हो, आप उससे विश्वास करते हो जो 2000 किलोमीटर ओवरसीज और कहीं रहता है. कहता है सबसे ज्यादा जो मिसिंग केसेज हैं उसमें यू बिकेम फ्रेंड टू समबडी ओवर सोशल मीडिया साइट. आपने घर पे बताया नहीं, आप चले गए, बिकॉज वीमेन आर मोर वल्नरेबल फॉर मिसयूज, सेक्स रैकेट्स एंड सो ऑन. सो करके सो यू डोंट शेयर पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन. फिर कोई आपकी फोटोज होती हैं जो वो मिसयूज हो जाती हैं, एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स. सो use social media but responsibly and avoid sharing all these things, and don't rely on somebody who is not known or who has become a friend over social media. उसके बाद किडनैपिंग, रैंसम, फिरौती के केस हो गए आपके आपके आपको कहीं एक्सपोर्ट कर दिया जाएगा इलीगल चैनल से, देन लाइफ विल बी हेल. Like I have a policy, I never share my पिक्स ओवर. आई डोंट हैव इन फेसबुक. मैं तो खैर खेल के आम ही अलग है, बट आई डोंट शेयर एनीथिंग ऑन social media, and neither I put my DP photo on my WhatsApp DP. Everybody has to be aware and has to be see, because we can't live without computer, internet, mobile, smart devices and this thing, but certain things has to be exercised with caution.
Right, sir. And thank you so much. It was genuinely very insightful for me, as well as I'm sure when our viewers see it, it's going to be a very informative session for them as well. Thank you so much for taking out
I can
time.
go on matlab, telling there are so many, real life examples. I don't know. One of the family, they were enjoying vacations in, Goa, and they uploaded pictures on social media that enjoying family vacations. और क्या हुआ उसके बाद? Can you make any guess? चोर घुस गए घर में उनके।
Oh,
मतलब वो क्या बताना है, मैं कहीं जा रहा हूँ ना फैमिली वेकेशंस पे, मैं फैमिली है, खुश हूँ, मजे आ रहे हैं, मतलब लोगों को बताने
hmm.
से क्या ही फर्क पड़ जाता है।
True. I think this
अब
has
बता रहे हो भैया
become
पीछे से
the
घर
age of
अवेलेबल है,
social
देख लो।
media.
प्रिवेसी सेटिंग्स, मतलब यू कीप प्रिवेसी सेटिंग लाइक दिस कि भाई ओनली ऑन माय नेटवर्क्स कैन व्यू माय पिक्स।
Hmm. See this, yeah.
और आप अगर कोई, आजकल तो एक और चल रहा है कि ये सारे जो लाइक फोटो डालो और उसको 3D 7D करो, कुछ चल रहा है ना। आई डिड, आप भी कर लो, मैंने कर
Gemini
लिया, उसके बाद
and
वो
Chat GPT पे डाल के.
यू नेवर नो वेयर इट विल बी यूज्ड ऑन डार्क वेब और समवेयर एल्स। उसका क्या मिसयूज होगा आपको कभी पता भी नहीं चलेगा। तो क्या क्या हम मतलब, ठीक है। ऑलवेज थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर योर टाइम।
Thank you so much for your time,
प्लेजर
sir.
प्लेजर।
And here we conclude our session. Thank you to all our viewers for watching.
थैंक यू। गुड नाइट।
Good night, sir.